to another episode of Lost in the Farmer's Market, where today we're looking at this lovely specimen here. Now, this plant has been in development almost 10 years in the making. For the first few years, I didn't think it was actually going to make it. Now, there are two plants in there, a male and a female, and their scientific name is Actinidia arguta, commonly called the hardy kiwi. Yeah, actual kiwis in North America. Not as impossible as you might think. Now, it's in the family Actinidiaceae, which is the kiwi family, because that's what the family's most known for. The name Actinidia comes from the word actin, or actus, which means ray beam or spoke of a wheel. That refers to the way the seeds are arrayed in the fruit and the flowers and other features. Idia, on the end of it, is a feminine form of idiom, meaning small one. And in this case, it refers to the size of the flowers and or fruit. Arguta itself means sharply toothed or notched. It's a direct reference to the serrated margins on the leaves. Now, this plant originates from Japan, Korea, North China, and Far East Russia. So not a native, but between you and I'm okay with that. This plant is in the neglect zone, and it and its prickly pear friend have done very well for themselves. So, its USDA hardiness zones are 5 through 9. We're in zone 8A. Its soil pH preference is 5.5 to 7.5, which is mostly acid, which, of course, we got that in spades out here. And it prefers full sun to partial shade. It'll also tolerate poor soil, which it is actively doing. This soil has not been amended in years. It has not received mulch in years. Hopefully this year I'll be able to get some pine straw down and make it look really good. But that's a totally different conversation. Now, the height of this plant can be 25 to 30 feet of vines in a common garden. However, left to its own devices, these vines can get as long as 100 feet. It tends to twine up things. And in fact, I'm going to lift the camera. See these vines? These will wrap around anything nearby. And this bush was up in the dogwood above it last year. I had to cut it out of there. So, yeah, this plant loves to ramble. Now, the width of this plant can be anywhere from 7 to 20 feet in an average garden, even though mine is a bit more constrained. And let's take a look. So, it's kind of going up the old satellite dish cable there. And look, I got free curtains. So, yeah, this guy is all over the place. In fact, if you aim it down a little bit, it's trying to get into the lawn. Prickly pear. Yeah, this area is due for a mow and some work. We're getting there. But anyway, other names for this plant include Arctic kiwi, baby kiwi, dessert kiwi, which is the name I know it by, grape kiwi, kiwi berry, northern kiwi, and Siberian gooseberry. And then there's like a metric boatload of other names for this plant. Common names. So, yeah, you're going to see a lot online if you start researching. Now, this plant produces actual kiwis. However, they're a milder, less acidic fruit that is hairless. They are also much smaller. Basically, kiwis are, well, you know what a kiwi is. Well, imagine something about half, maybe a third that size. All pruning on this shrub, this vine, I should say, should be done in winter, ideally. You don't want open wounds during the growing season. Unless you absolutely have to, like where it's trying to get up on my roof. I might have to prune that. But anyway, the fruits are all born on old growth, and in a minute I'm going to go inside this and show you the flowers so you understand what they look like, male and female. This plant is one of the few that I've noted that is resistant to honey fungus, which can be bad news for orchards and fruiting plants. So that's good news. As I noted before, there is a male and a female in there, but usually these need a male vine, one male vine per 6 female vines. Lucky bastard. But anyway, really lucky vine. 1 per 6. This is 1 in 1 though, because at the time I didn't have the funds to get more. 10 years ago, in the dark ages. But anyway, in the spring, the sap itself can be tapped and drunk. How about that? It's apparently like sugar water, sorta? I've never tried that. But anyway, the flowers on this plant attract varied species of bees, including mason, honey, and other. Now, it's said that the flowers are aromatic, but yours truly can't detect it. And this bush actually is in full bloom right now. The blooms are held under the foliage so you can't see them, and that means the resulting fruit have to be looked for to be found. So the fruit basically ripens in September to October, and I should point out kiwis are a true botanical berry. So calling it a kiwi berry is an accurate statement, but then again, the larger kiwi is also a berry. What is or isn't botanically a berry is tricky business, but let's go look inside the plant, shall we? I'm going to free the camera from its tripod overlord. Okay, so wild lettuce, widow's tears. I have to move carefully in the prickly pear because this one has, well, doesn't have the, oh, nope, there they are, big thorns. They go right through protective clothing. Anyway, right here are the flowers, and this is new growth. But over here are the female flowers with a nascent fruit on them. So I have succeeded in getting them. No, if you get up in there, I believe that is a male flower. Huh. And then if you go up in here, I think those are some male flowers. But anyway, look at this thing. It's majestic, isn't it? So the fruits will be born under here, and I'll have to go looking for them in fall. But that is a dessert kiwi in a nutshell. Now, when I say neglect zone, the soil here is what was there. I may have thrown down some compost 10 years ago. It took a few years to get into its stride, but now it's just adapted and banging along. And these were ones that I bought at Blows. No, that's not a product prop there. But anyway, they're easy to get. There are many varieties, different colors. This one's fruit will ripen to a straight green, I believe. And this may be the year that I will have a lot of fruit because there are a lot of flowers. There are even more than when I surveyed this in the spring, or a few weeks ago, rather. So, expect a short update. But anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any questions about dessert kiwi or miniature kiwi, grape kiwi, whatever you want to call them, please put them in the comments section. If you like this, please hit subscribe, hit the like button, and let me know what you think. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned on the Forage blog.